going on, guys? This is Barker, back with another NBA video talking about the NBA. And I'm talking about today one of the most disappointing NBA teams, not just in the regular season, but also in the postseason. You most likely know it because it was probably in the thumbnail, the Miami Heat. And usually they're not a team that underperforms in the playoffs. Obviously, when LeBron was on the Miami Heat, they dominated. But this isn't the same, and obviously last year, they made it to the finals. But this is not the same bubble Miami Heat that we're seeing. You know, it's a similar team roster-wise, but, you know, actual result-wise, not even close. They lost in the first round, and they were a 6 seed playing against a 3 seed that had a way better roster. I understand that. But, you know, they dominated the Bucks last year. Yes, I know Drew Holiday is now on the Bucks. That makes a big difference. PJ Tucker, Brian Forbes, Bobby Portis. They have a lot of good new players on that team. I understand that. But they didn't even put up a fight against the Bucks. Not even close. Literally 3 out of the 4 games were a blowout. And even then, it didn't really look like the Miami Heat were giving their all. It really didn't. You know, the Miami Heat looked like a shell of themselves compared to last season. And that's not what you want to see when you have a very young team. You want to see improving every season. Not declining from the 5 seed to the 6 seed. Not declining by losing in the first round 4-0. It's just terrible to see. If I'm a Miami Heat fan this year, I am pissed off. You have Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, yes, Victor Oladipo got injured, Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and you do nothing in the playoffs. A lot of people had the Miami Heat beating the Bucks, even though they were only a 6 seed against a 3 seed, because the Miami Heat just have it like that. They got Jimmy Buckets. They obviously destroyed him last year, and it's just not the same result whatsoever. They completely disappointed, and they're going to have to make a lot of decisions this offseason because they have a lot of guys becoming free agents, and they can kind of decide to give them bags and kind of try to run it back or change up the entire roster and, you know, kind of try to start anew. And in my opinion, you got to try to start anew. This team is not working. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And you know, I just don't think this team can really be that much higher in the East, and the other teams just keep getting better and better. Not that the Miami Heat won't get better, but the other teams just have more talent right now, and the Miami Heat don't. So, you know, they're win now, or they need to start rebuilding, in my opinion, and I think they want to win now. Obviously, they have Jimmy Buckets for a reason. They have Bam Adebayo for a reason. They have Victor Oladipo for now for a reason. And obviously Victor Oladipo is kind of the main free agent for them next season. Do they re-sign him? Do they not? In my opinion, he is the second option for that team. The number one option they need to sign next season is the Claw himself, Mr. LA Clipper, Kawhi Leonard. They need to sign that man more than anything. Like, lock him in his house until he signs on the dotted line his name to the contract for the Miami Heat. That man is all world. He can change a team from an 8 seed to a 1 seed. Kawhi Leonard is just like that if he plays every game of the season and plays all in the playoffs. He is one of the best players in the NBA defensively and offensively. Victor Oladipo just doesn't, you know, isn't that caliber of a star player. Yes, he's a star, but he's no Kawhi Leonard. The only problem is I don't know if Kawhi Leonard would want to join the Miami Heat. I can easily see Kawhi Leonard leaving the Clippers next season because they're underperforming right now in the playoffs. They're down 2-1 at the making of this video. I can easily see them still losing against the Mavericks, and even if they beat them, I don't know how much farther they're going to get in the playoffs. The LA Clippers just are cursed in my opinion. So if I'm Kawhi Leonard, I'm most likely going to a team that's going to immediately contend and try to win him a championship. I don't know if he would want to go to a struggling playoff team in the West that was a 3 seed to a struggling East team that's a 6 seed. I just don't see him doing that. I don't think that's a smart idea for him. Most likely he would join a super team, not a just good East team. I don't think that's a good idea. Victor Oladipo, though, he just had a major injury. They could probably save some money off him. Most likely, they're going to have to stick with Victor Oladipo because the other free agents aren't that amazing. DeMar DeRozan's obviously one of the bigger name free agents. Yes, he's a great player, but they already have a lack of shooting with one of their stars, actually two of their stars, being Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. I don't think they should add on another guy who mainly just shoots mid-ranges and struggles from three. I don't think that's a good idea for that team. They need more spacing if they're going to have Bam Adebayo be the main star of that team. So Victor Oladipo, I feel like, is going to be the option they have to do. Give him $25 million max. I wouldn't pay him more than $25 million a year. And Goran Dragic is also going to be another free agent. Yes, they have a team option for him next year. I don't think they should accept it. $19.5 million. $19.5 million. Yes, Goran Dragic's a great player. Yes, he's one of the best six men in the league. But does he deserve $19.5 million at his age? Hell no, he doesn't. Kick his ass to the curb. Say goodbye. You can go play for the other Miami teams just up the road. Do not play for the Miami Heat, making $19.5 million sitting on the bench. No. Do not pay that man $19.5 million. Same thing goes for Iguodala. Iguodala is an old man. He does not deserve $15 million on his team option. Let that man walk. You can walk over to the other NBA teams in the state, not Miami. Trevor Ariza, he's going to be a free agent. If you can get him cheap, get him cheap. Why not? He doesn't have any options. I would try to re-sign him if I were them as a bench piece, not a starting piece. Bjelica, let that man walk. I don't think he fits the team very well. And there's a reason he didn't get many minutes when he was on the team. Kendrick Nunn and Duncan Robinson. They have qualifying offers, so they're going to be on the team next season. It's just a question of, do you trade them because you don't want to give them that max money? Kendrick Nunn, obviously, you can, shed a couple bucks off because he's not all world. But Duncan Robinson, he has Klay Thompson potential. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the entire NBA, especially catch and shoot wise. So, you need to think about signing him. Because obviously, if you're going to have Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler be the main stars on your team, you're going to need a lot of shooting because those guys can't shoot consistently. And Duncan Robinson is the perfect piece for that. So, if I'm the Miami Heat, I need to think about giving a bag to Duncan Robinson. So then, do you think, I can't really afford giving Victor Oladipo a max? They need to think about it. Sincerely. And then, next season, they need to think about, because the next offseason is going to be one of the most stacked free agent classes of all time. It's going to have star after star. And they need to think about, well, maybe we save money to add a star then and kind of tank this season. And that's honestly a very viable option for the Miami Heat. I just don't know if they're willing to wait, is the problem. But if I were the Miami Heat, I would wait and not sign Victor Oladipo to a max, let him walk, and then sign Duncan Robinson to $18-20 million a year, because he deserves it. He's one of the best three-point shooters. Yes, I know he can't do much besides three-point shooting, but that's all you really need sometimes, especially at his elite level. And then other free agents, not really much. Dwayne Dedmon, yeah, if you can get him cheap, why not? Just re-sign him as a backup center. Since you lost Myers Leonard, the racist, you're going to need a guy to play backup minutes for Bam Adebayo. And, the rest of their guys, they're young. They kind of got locked up. Tyler Hero's going to be on the team for a long time. And I don't think they should trade him, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying, get rid of Tyler Hero. Keep the man. He has high potential. You got to give him time. He's still young. Yes, he had an amazing series last year, and he fell short this year. But you got to give the man some time. He's not Steph Curry out the gates. You got to give him time to be a star. He's going to be a star. So stop giving him shit and just give him time. Let me know what you guys think. What do the Miami Heat need to do to try to make it back to the finals? Or do they just need to rebuild and build around Tyler Hero, or build around Duncan Robinson, or build around KZ Okpala? Who do they build around? Let me know. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Road to 150 subscribers. Not stopping anytime soon making videos. Peace.